parents left my brother a $2.2 million mansion. They left me a rotting cabin in Alaska. My fiancé called me worthless and walked out the same night, so I drove north alone, in the dark, with nowhere else to go. What I found inside that cabin ended everything they thought they knew about me. The lawyer slid 2 folders across the table, one thick, one thin. Dale got the thick one. I got a shack. My brother laughed, relieved, like a man who'd just won a bet he wasn't sure about. My fiancé Marcus squeezed my hand, but his fingers had already gone cold. The drive home was silent. Then Marcus started talking. Development deal going under. Bank breathing down his neck. He'd been counting on my inheritance to save it. How do they leave you nothing? He kept saying. I told him a cabin wasn't nothing. He laughed. The ugly kind. It's a frozen box of rot, Bryn. He stopped, decided to say it anyway. A pathetic loser. That's exactly what you deserve. I took the ring off, set it on the counter. Let the small click be the only thing I said. Then I packed a bag and pointed my snow machine north. The worst moment isn't being called worthless. It's wondering if they're right and going to find out yourself. The cabin sat low in the spruce trees. Small, leaning, exactly the worthless shack everyone promised me, but the woodpile was perfectly stacked. The roof was sound. A man doesn't keep a worthless thing like that. Inside, his maps, his books, the smell of wood smoke and spruce that had been chasing me all winter. I walked the floor slow. One board near the bunk gave under my boot. Hollow. Wrong. I crouched down, heart going hard and slow. Whatever was under there, he'd wanted it found by someone willing to come this far. Cedar-lined. Dry as bone. A roll of cloth tied with waxed cord. Heavy when I lifted it. When it opened across the floor, I forgot to breathe. 40 years of survey maps. Geological overlays. All in my father's hand. Circled. Underlined. Returned to again and again like a question he couldn't stop asking. Tucked in the center. A sealed envelope. For the one who comes to look. Not Dale. Whoever cared enough to make the trip. Behind his letter. One page from an Anchorage assay firm. My eyes went straight to the bottom. A penciled number in the margin. My hand started shaking before my brain caught up. $500 million. Sitting beneath the shack my brother laughed at. Dale called that night. Voice too warm. Too interested. We should revisit the distribution. Split it fair. I asked which way. He laughed and didn't answer. The lawsuit papers arrived 2 days later. Fraud. A schemer. A thief. Marcus showed up with flowers he'd never once bought when we were together. Said he missed me. Got around to it eventually, the way water finds low ground. With your land and my development background. A pathetic loser, I said quietly. With $500 million. He blinked. Funny how the number changes what I'm worth to you. I showed him the door. Then I called my lawyer. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. I just did it. Conservation easement. Permanent. No mining. No extraction. No sale. Binding every owner forever. Full mineral estate. Conveyed into a charitable land trust. Done. Recorded. Irreversible. 2 days before the big meeting. The conference room had the same bad carpet as the day this all started. Dale brought his lawyer. Vivian sat rigid. Marcus lounged against the wall like he'd bought a ticket to watch me lose. A fund manager named Roth sat in the corner with a checkbook I could practically smell. They talked for 20 minutes. Fraud, manipulation, undue influence. Roth slid a check across the table. Everyone walks away whole. Vivian leaned forward, eyes wet. Think about my children, Bryn, please. 4 kinds of pressure. 1 folder. I let them finish. Then I opened it. There's nothing here for any of you. Flat, calm. There hasn't been for 2 days. You just didn't check. I slid the first document to the center. Recorder's stamp in the corner. Roth's smile didn't move. His eyes did. The minerals can't be bought, sold, or pulled from the ground. I pushed the second page across. Not by me, not by you, not by anyone. The room went very still. I looked at my brother. You told me a shack tells you everything, Dale. Voice gentle. Cruelty was never the point. It does. You just never asked what it was trying to tell you. Dale stood so fast his chair hit the wall. You gave it away? $500 million and you gave it to a trust? Are you insane? Roth quietly collected his check and walked out. Just a man leaving when the game is over. I picked up my folder, pushed in my chair and walked to the door. Put my hand on the handle. The door opened from the other side, and my father walked in. Full story on the channel linked below.